So this is Desert Bus, another game in the long line of just disgustingly bad bus simulations and simulators in general. Now let me explain what the game is. First of all, let's make our name. We're not going to be Jockor or Jocko. We're going to be Stan O. So let's just go with Stan. Let's punch ourselves in. This game was made to be like realistic. This is a game originally on this Penn and Teller game for I believe the Sega CD. It was basically a game within a game. And now let's get moving. Apparently, time is a wasting. It was made as a response to the politicians back in those days. You know, the early to mid '90s, where a lot of politicians were against violent video games, like Hillary Clinton and Janet Reno. I believe she was the Secretary of State or something, whatever, it doesn't matter. And this game was basically a response by basically making a game that is stupefyingly realistic, is I believe the actual quote from Penn Jillette, or which one of them is the one that talks? You know, the big, tall, fat one. So this game wasn't really made as an honest-to-God simulation. I mean, it is a bus driving simulation, but it was kind of made to troll politicians in a way, I guess. So obviously that somewhat excuses the developers, where they were just trying to make a game as realistic to driving as possible. But that doesn't excuse the fact that the game is still awful. I mean, it's a horrible game. Is driving for 8 hours really like this? Maybe. I really couldn't tell you. Also, I have to note that this game was re-released on the internet. I also believe it's on a few smartphones. And also, I think there's a Wii version. Don't quote me on that. And the game was re-released on the internet to help a charity. Apparently, this group played this game for like 8 hours straight to raise money for a children's charity. So that's good, that some good can come out of this horrible game. Like, basically, from what I understand, the point was to sit through the game, to drudge through this game for as long as possible, and the longer you do it, the more money you raise. And in that regard, I think that's a great way to raise money for a charity. I'll actually give a link to the charity on the bottom, since we are reviewing this game, and the charity and this game are kind of intertwined at this point. So check them out, donate to them, whatever you want. Now, the game itself is this. I mean, there's nothing else. You try to stay in your lane, although you don't really need to, because as long as I've played, I haven't seen a single other car in the road. If you veer off the road just a little bit, like if you go onto the sand for something over 5 seconds, the bus breaks. It breaks. Watch, I'll show you. Okay? This is like the most broken bus ever. Look at this. That's it. It's broken. I can't drive anymore. What was that? A bus can't drive on the sand for 6 seconds? That's it, it's over. Is that the tow truck? I don't understand. Is there a tow truck, or is there like a fire going on inside the bus? Or maybe the bus is getting abducted by UFOs. Oh my god. We're saved. God bless you, tow truck. Now apparently the tow truck is going even slower than the bus. Oh, I love this. This is so bad. The tow truck is slowly taking us backwards. And apparently the tow truck had no problem himself driving on the sand. It's just that they built these buses. For some reason, they had really horrible budget cuts in the transit system of Arizona, where they built Arizona buses to be completely broken if they touch a small patch of sand. Alright, now we're going pretty fast. We're actually going much faster than the bus. Look at this. Oh my god. This tow truck is pulling like a 15-ton bus, and it's going like 60 miles an hour. What is happening here? Are we getting towed by Hercules? Look at this. Are we getting towed by Superman? How can a tow truck carry a bus this fast? This is insane. I guess if you want real speed and thrills, you gotta have the bus get broken so the tow truck picks you up and you actually start going fast. Because that's the only way you're gonna go fast in this game. Luckily, we broke our bus after not driving for that long, so I don't think the tow truck is gonna take forever to get to the last checkpoint, but who knows? And there's no scenery in the game. I mean, it's just empty desert for miles and miles and miles, and you're supposed to drive for basically 8 hours. It's an 8-hour shift. It's a real, honest-to-God representation of what it's like to be a bus driver in the desert. You drive for 300 plus miles for 8 hours, and then you get a point. Your shift is over, and then you can choose to pick up another shift and go back the opposite way, the same road, the same straight road. I mean, in a way, you could say that this game is one of the best simulators because it's really simulating what it's like to drive down a completely straight road as a bus driver. That's what a bus driver's life is. It is a sad and horrible simulation of a sad and repetitious job. Okay, so at this point, the tow truck has been driving for a good deal longer than I've been driving. So I think this is like the Hills Have Eyes type of tow truck, where he's not taking me back to the bus stop or any checkpoint. He's gonna take me to like his farm somewhere and then eat me alive. Bugs and Rudy's Discount Towing. The desert never sleeps. Open 20. Okay, so what is that? We hope you enjoy playing Desert Bus. So I don't even get to continue the game? We watched that insanely long towing back to the beginning, and I have to restart? That's not fair. I do have a challenge for those who are man enough to accept it. Play this game the whole way through. Like, actually do the 8-hour shift. I dare you. Do it and record it. I'm not going to sit here for 8 hours, but I challenge someone out there to do it. That would be quite a feat. I mean, in terms of bus driving simulators, this is slightly better than Crazy Bus. Why? Well, you actually steer the bus. You can go left and right. In Crazy Bus, it's just going forward. You just hold right or you hold left, because obviously that game is 2D. There's no obstacles there. There's no obstacles here either, aside from, of course, touching the sand with your tires, which apparently breaks your bus right away and the game is over. But yeah, this game is slightly better than Crazy Bus just because you can do this. See, I'm steering. It's an honest-to-God bus driving game. It's not just going forward. If this game was just going forward and I couldn't steer, it would just be a 3D version of Crazy Bus, and at that point it would be as bad as Crazy Bus. I actually want to try one thing. I want to see if we can actually turn around. I mean, if this is a real simulator, let's see if we can... The problem with turning around is... Oh, no, I'm touching the sand for too long. The problem with turning around is I'm probably going to touch the sand. See, it's not letting me turn. No, okay. So this isn't like a real bus, because a real bus would be able to turn. This bus does not have the ability to turn. The only thing I can do is... The most I can do is go left and right. There is no turning. The bus never starts to turn. So that's a shame. Like, nothing I can do turns this bus. Even if I drive off the sand, the bus is still just steering. It's not going to do a U-turn, ever. Which is a shame. But such is life. Desert Bus is ultimately inexcusable as a simulator, but honestly, it was made to be bad. So you can excuse the developers, you just can't excuse the gameplay, because it is, at the end of the day, horrible and repetitious. Desert Bus for the Sega CD, for the PC, for the smartphones, and I think the Wii as well at this point, gets an official Stan Birdman rating of a 2 out of 10. Is that a bus stop? Stop! Oh, we missed it! Before we leave, there is actually one thing we can also do, is open the bus doors. The problem is... There, I think I opened the bus doors just now. No, I stopped. That was stop. Yeah, the problem is, I can only open the bus doors at a bus stop, and I think we just passed the last bus stop. But you don't really see the bus doors open, nor do you really ever run into any people getting on the bus, because obviously this is a desert. There's not going to be any people here aside from, a broken down car. And at that point, they won't want a bus, they would want that tow truck to drive them backwards at 200 miles an hour. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, my friends.